Hi, this is Miss Robertson. We are looking at money again. We're on lesson 7 and we will learn about debit and credit cards. We will learn about the benefits of bank cards and we will learn about the risks of using bank cards. So using a debit card is like spending your own money. So what might you have done to get that money? Okay. You might have worked at a job. You might have got money from the government, some benefits, different benefits, child tax credits, pension, okay? Things that you maybe won't necessarily understand yet, grown up things. You might have sold things on eBay or a car boot sale. Gumtree's another one at the moment. You might have won some money on the lottery or got some money for your birthday, Christmas, pocket money, doing chores. So when you use a credit card, you are using the bank's money. You're borrowing the money from the bank, okay? So what does borrowing money mean? It means that you receive the money, but you have to pay it back, often having to pay back extra as a fee for using the borrowed money, okay? So you don't get to borrow £100 and just pay back £100. We pay back more because the bank adds on what we call interest. So here we go. What is interest and why do banks charge this on credit cards? Interest is the extra amount of money that the bank charges someone when they borrow money. It's the compensation or cost for being allowed to use the money in the first place. This extra money is how the banks make their money. They charge more interest on the money borrowed than they pay out to people who save with them. The difference between the two amounts is profit. Okay, so you pay more interest on a loan than you receive when you save your money with the bank. Because remember, the bank is a business, they have to make money. Okay, so we have our first question here. First question to do some work on. Okay, if the interest rate on this credit card is 10% per year, what interest would you pay on £30? So you're borrowing £30 for the year, and we want to work out what 10% of 30 is. Okay, now hopefully you know that 10% is the same as 10 out of 100. Because percent means out of 100, so it's 10 out of 100. And hopefully you can see that we can rewrite this. Okay. The top can be written as 1 times 10 and the bottom can be written as 10 times 10. I noticed that both of those could be done as times 10s. I'm just going to cancel those down and we can see that 10% means a tenth, and finding a tenth of something means to divide by 10. So what's 30 shared by 10? Hopefully you worked that out ages ago, hopefully. Okay, and that comes out as £3. So if you were to borrow £30 for a year, you would pay an extra £3. So what does that mean in terms of how much money we have to pay back? What would your balance be after a year? That's assuming you haven't paid anything back, of course. So we borrowed £30 and we've got to pay back an extra £3. So if you haven't paid anything back over the year, you now owe the bank £33 in total. Okay, here's another example here. If the interest rate in a credit card is 10% again, so again, we know that 10% is the same as finding a tenth of something. Okay, now that means the same as a tenth means to divide by 10. So the interest will be £5. So how much do we owe in total? If we haven't paid anything back, we still owe the £50 and the £5 charge. So we would now owe £55 at the end of the year. Okay, next one. If the interest rate on a credit card is 20%, okay, now what I'm going to work out first is I'm going to work out the 10% of 60. Okay, and we know that we have to divide by 10. 60 divided by 10. Okay, now if I know 10%, how am I going to work out 20% of 60? Okay, what do we do to 10 to make it into 20? Times by 2. 10 times 2 makes 20. 6 times 2 for the answer. 6 times 2, 12 for our answer there. Okay, next example, this time it says the interest is 30%. Again, I'm going to start with 10%. Remember, that means to divide by 10. 200 divided by 10. Okay, so what would 30% be? What do we do to 10 to make it into 30? Multiply by 3. 20 times 3. £60 for that one there. So the interest would be £60. Now, I'm not working out the total owed because it doesn't ask me to. Okay, I missed that out in the last one as well, but I'll just do it anyway. Okay, right, it's only asking me to do this bit here. But if I was to borrow £200 for the year, what would I owe at the end of the year? I would owe £260 there. Okay. Right. Something that you'll see on the TV quite a lot when you see loans being advertised is you will see something called the APR. Okay, I get a lot of people asking me, what does it mean? Annual percentage rate. Okay, so it's the annual percentage rate. It's how much interest you would pay for the full year. Okay, now a year has got 12 months in it. Okay. So if you want to find the interest rate for a month, there are 12 months in 1 year. Okay, that's where this 12 is coming from. So if you want to find the interest rate for 1 month, you divide by 12. So if the interest rate is 36%, the interest rate for 1 month is 36 divided by 12, and that's 3%. Okay, this next one here. If we've got a yearly interest rate of 48%, we're going to do 48 divided by 12 to get 4% for 1 month. 24% APR for the year. Annual means year. Okay, for the year, 24 divided by 12 gives us 2% for 1 month. Okay, so what we've got here, whoops-a-daisy, just drew on it by accident. So what we have here is a recap on our learning points. A debit card is a card used to access your money from the bank. Okay, so it's money that you have. A credit card is used to borrow money from the bank. When you use a credit card, the bank will charge you interest, but only if you repay over a period of time. You can pay back the money borrowed either in one lump sum or in monthly chunks called instalments. Okay, and today's work will be, we're on lesson 7, so today's work is exercise 7.